So, I mean, that's just what it was. I mean, I don't know what more to say about it. You know what I mean?
I know.
It's
It's the same thing. I mean, $20, same as in town.
yeah, exactly. So, I mean, that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
What? Oh, yeah, we're doing this.
Yeah, sorry. We're on
This
now. Yeah,
stuff.
Stop talking about the other thing.
Yep, done.
So, we are at PAX East 2018
In Boston.
Boston. You got the khakis.
We drove the car down here. That's about the worst we can do.
That's the best we can do. So day one, actually, this is now a 4-day PAX event. So we may be dead by the end of the weekend. Yep. We're not sure. We'll see how things go. But yeah, full day today. We spent most of the day in the indie mega booth, and we saw a lot of
mega indie titles.
Mega. Yes, that's right.
That's what we saw. That's what they were.
We've seen some good things. We saw some bad things. We're not going to tell you everything we saw today because it would be a really long show. We're going to give you some highlights of what the stuff we saw that we liked. And we'll end it off with the best game we saw today, which actually we didn't even have an appointment for.
No, we snuck in really early.
Yeah, during the media hour. So the first day of PAX East, the media gets in 1 hour early. You get to roam the floor and see stuff before the 70,000 other people get in there. But first, let's talk about a game we actually talked about last year, and that is a game called Lightfall. So we saw it again this year because it is coming now for the Switch.
Yes, which seems to be a trend this year.
Oh,
and this is to my dismay. Everybody we talk to is like, well, we're coming out on PC and the Switch. It's like, well, what about Xbox and PlayStation?
Nope.
Well,
PlayStation.
Maybe later.
Actually, a lot of games were on PlayStation, Switch, and PC, and no Xbox.
Nobody wants to do Xbox anymore. Makes me sad.
Tycko is a sad boy.
It's more that they seem to, like, we can't talk about it sort of tone when we ask them about consoles. Like, well, because I know the certification process is a pain for those.
It's true.
But Nintendo Switch seems to be the thing for everybody to be getting onto right now.
So many games coming to the Switch.
And this looked great on the Switch.
So I'm playing this. I believe I was playing this on PC, but we talked about this last year, and this is it's a platformer. Kind of a it's that limbo-ish, color limbo style artwork.
Yeah.
And the idea here is you have a block that you can pull up anytime, as you can see in the video now. As you're jumping, you have a block you can pull up by pressing A.
Yeah.
You can also move that block. So there's puzzles. If you press Y, you can move that block to block lasers.
My face with your hand.
You can block.
I'm going to do it to you.
Yeah. So I can move the block up here, and you don't have to look at Tycko's face. So that's a good thing for to use for
and
blocks.
One really cool mechanic I saw with it too is the block can be used for many things. There's a boat portion of this, and you actually have to put the block, attach it to the motor of the boat, and it spins. It's what catches the water and pushes you through the water. So really cool use of this block throughout the game.
Yeah, I really enjoy Lightfall. I'm looking forward to playing this. And it's coming for the Switch. So yeah. Again, we saw this last year, but we really liked it. I have a big hand.
You do. Or I have a tiny head, one of the two.
Look at my head. My hand is bigger than... Anyway, Semblance. We saw this later in the day.
Yeah. And this one here, again, another sort of, as he described it, a unique take on the platformer genre.
Yeah, so this is a puzzle platformer, which, is obviously an odd thing for people to do these days.
Making a platform game.
A puzzle platform.
I gotta say, I really like this. I like the art style. It's sort of fun and cartoony, but I love the concept of gameplay in this.
So the idea with Semblance is you are a part of the world, and because you're a part of the world, you actually have the ability to deform the platforms in order to get through the puzzles.
Yeah, he said the world is made up of clay dough.
Clay dough,
so he doesn't get sued.
That's right.
So clay dough. So there's the actual environment is soft and malleable. So you can smash into it and move things around in order to access new areas and to move your platforms and stuff around to be able to reach things and block lasers and stuff.
Yeah, you can if the laser is on the platform and you move the platform, then the laser moves with it, so it now angles the laser somewhere else.
Yeah, so you can get past
you can then if you push two lasers into each other, they kind of cancel each other out. You can, you can put divots instead of wall jumping. You put divots in the wall that you can basically step into.
Yep.
Right. So a really neat take on the puzzle platformer.
Yeah, really enjoyed this. Again, PC and Switch.
And PS4, I think, wasn't it?
No, he said console, PS4 and Xbox.
Later.
If it does, he said,
So,
if it does well,
yeah.
then they will...
So here's the laser part that we're seeing now. So he can move that laser out of his way. As you saw earlier, you die if you touch a laser, which, that's pretty typical. The idea here is you are trying to get these balls of light, and I can't remember what he called them, but they help heal the world.
Yeah.
You gain enough of them. You can see it on the screen, and just above the platform he just deformed, and he's going to run over now and collect it, and he's building himself a bridge. So now he can jump on the bridge, grab that light ball, and move back. So he's trying to collect those light balls, and they go together to heal the land. Earlier in the video, you probably saw a tree that looked like it was solid. It wasn't made of clay dough, and getting enough of those balls cures that and opens up the tree more. Yeah. And that's really, you're trying to heal the land. So yeah, it's a really, really great concept.
Yeah, it's a fun platform. It looks, again, the difficulty level looks challenging because the puzzles will sort of make you think a little bit, but it doesn't seem like it's one of those ones where like, oh man, you need to be like absolutely fantastic and jump at the exact right spot. Like,
no, you can deform the stuff however you want as long as it gets you to where you're going.
It feels like more of a puzzle game than it does up one of those difficult platformers that you get stuck on.
Exactly. And so the developer was demoing this for us. He was the one playing through, showing us how to do different stuff.
And that was the interesting thing. Remember where you told us about it being it's going to be on the Switch. It's going to be the first game developed in South Africa,
right?
On any Nintendo console.
That's right. So we're looking forward to that. Yeah. Another game we played called Phantom Doctrine. This was later in the day. I think this was the last one of the day. This is an XCOM style game set in the 80s. It is a sort of a
Cold
War thriller style XCOM game, but with so much unbelievable detail. Like, take XCOM and multiply it by 100 in the amount of detail you have to take care of. So you have to take care of the identities of all of your people. You're in a cabal, basically, and you have missions all over the world, and you have all of your characters. And again, just like XCOM, when one character dies, they're out of the game. Yep. But you have to take care of their passports and their documents and give them false documents. So maybe if their identities were determined, if someone found out who they were, you can change their identity, change their looks. You can train them up in different things.
Yeah, it felt like the specialties of each of your agents is more important than in XCOM. I mean, you got your sniper, you got but these things really seem like a lot more of a specialization. Like you need to make sure that these guys were
like, you have to take care of every agent individually, like almost from a governmental point of view as well, a spy agency point of view. Really think of it more like they're all spies, and you have to take care of all that spy elements as well. But here's the cool thing, and I wish there was a game that just did this part. Look at this image here. This is a photo I had to take after I was done. This is the conspiracy board where we had to read all of the documents we had collected. So there's missions where you just collect information. Before you even do the XCOM mission, you collect information, and then you have to read that information, look through the text for keywords. Yeah. Those keywords, you then pin it up onto your board, and if you find two documents that have the same keyword in it, you attach those documents together.
Yeah, they're linked together.
They're now linked.
And you have to find the pattern to link your
main case
to the information you found.
In the middle of the screen, you see that case with the two big question marks on it. What's it say there? One says G21, the other says Deep Ocean. So we had to basically link them to some organization through all of the documents
and you have to read through, and as you're reading through, it's like, okay, wait, there's a name of somebody that might be interested. There's a name of a location. You click on that, and it pulls
a code name or something, pulls up those words, and then you link the two documents that contain those same words, and then eventually they lead. And the red string is once you've made that connection, you've now basically opened up another mission. Says, okay, we've got this information, we've tied these two organizations together, and then we had to move on to the mission that we were just looking at, which was to actually capture an agent,
Yeah, enemy
but
agent.
an enemy agent, but to capture him, not to kill him.
Yeah, so I'd capture him alive.
Yeah, and then get him out of this. So you had to find him, capture him, get him out, and back to the.
And you had a team of
and
what, 6?
Oh, there was like 6 or 8, or it was
you had
huge.
to manage everybody's stuff. Like this guy, hey, you're Overwatch. You're standing out here. You're Overwatch. Hey, you're standing by the front door and keeping track to make sure that his bodyguards don't show up. The other 12 of you, you come with me. We're going into his office unseen.
Yeah,
hopefully
it was detailed, but wow, like really well done. Although we were playing this for a good 45 minutes in this demo. Really good. And one mission. Yeah. Well, he was going through all of this stuff, but yeah, really good. I like this. This is PC only right now.
Yeah.
I believe they're looking at doing console, but right now it's PC only.
It's something I can see being really involved. Like, this is not one of those games that you play for like 2 hours and then come back a week later because you're going to forgotten everything you're supposed to do.
You are.
This is sort of one of those ones I think you got to play through right when you get it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I enjoy it. I really, really liked the conspiracy stuff with the corkboard.
Yeah, I'm doing one of those when I get home.
Give me a game that just gives me that.
We're doing corkboards when we get home.
Now here's a fun game. I love flight sims. This is a great little. It's a cute. I'd say cute's a better word for this.
Yeah,
it's a cute flight sim, but has missions. And a story, right? So you are a girl whose brother has gone missing, and you've gone against the customs of your people to become a pilot, and you have to gather the resources you need to fix up your plane. You can then upgrade your plane, but it is a flight sim with a story, and eventually you end up going into these like dream world places, which isn't finished yet. What you're looking at here is like pre-alpha. A lot of the games you're seeing
a lot of stuff is early content.
Was very early content.
We broke 3 games today.
We were breaking games all over the place, but they were all pre-alphas. A lot of indies are coming in with their games, and they're like a year or 2 away from release. You know, I really enjoyed Above. My only issue with Above was the controls. So it's got your typical controls while you're flying. But the problem is what they've done with the right stick is they allow you to do basically barrel rolls and turns, right? Whereas I expect it to be my camera. And so I keep wanting to turn the camera around to see where I'm going. And I'm doing loop-de-loops and flips and stuff. And so it makes the flight a little bit more difficult. But it's a good-looking game. It's a little it's cartoony but good-looking, and it flies well. You know, it's a great, like, how many flight sim adventures do you know of out there? Like, this is, think of this almost like just your typical adventure game, but it's a flight sim instead of a platformer.
And he did mention later on in the game there will be some dog fighting and stuff like that.
Yeah, here I am doing a loop-de-loop.
Do a loop-de-loop, probably.
Yeah. And then I do some barrel rolls, which is cool.
Yeah.
Right? So that's what the right stick allows you to do, the barrel rolls and loop-de-loops.
Yeah. So they're going to add some other elements, but he said they really didn't want to show off those elements of the show because they wanted people to understand that this is more
an adventure,
an action adventure than a dogfighting.
It's not a dogfighting game. This is an actual adventure in an airplane
with a story that you have to uncover as you go through. I was really impressed with this. It was really interesting game.
A couple more games. Here's another cute little game, black and white. It's called My Memory of Us. This kind of reminds me of a Tale of Two Sons, where you have to control 2 characters, and they work in tandem with each other to get through this war-torn world. And it's about friendship. It's about keeping each other safe and getting through this world together. So there's a lot of puzzles where one has to. The girl helps the boy get up onto a ladder. He climbs up. You then move her onto a platform. Press a button. The platform moves up. That's a very simple take on it, but that's one of the takes on how they're working together. And in order to stay together, you actually have to hold hands. So you have to go up to the character, press Y to hold hands, and they hold each other's hands as they go.
Way back in the day.
Yeah. I actually really enjoyed this. I would play through this game. It's interesting. The story is told in images as they're talking to each other. So sometimes you need to figure out what is it they want, and you look at the image, and that's telling you what they're looking for. So you go to look for that. You talk to people, and there's no text, there's no words. It's all told through images and emoticons almost. I loved it. I thought it was really well done.
Yeah.
Plays really, really well. And each character has different abilities. So the boy can crouch and sneak, and the girl can run fast, right? So basically by pressing B, if you're the boy, he crouches, but if you press B as the girl, they run. And that was sort of, you have to think, like, this image, what you're seeing here is I'm just realized, I can't get past the dog unless I sneak, so I can't do it with the girl in the lead. I have to make the boy the lead and then get him to crouch, and that causes the girl to also crouch and sneak. Right, because sneaking is the boy's ability. Exactly.
You have to get past the dog.
Yeah, so now by sneaking, we can get past the dog.
Yeah.
So that's how you think you use the abilities of each character, but also work together with each character's abilities.
Yeah.
So.
It's really interesting because it's the black and white, but obviously you see splashes of red, which is
the red is the interaction.
Yeah, so that's the thing. That's obviously like Schindler's List was the same thing, like the completely black and white movie, but the focal points, were like you had red for the one shot, so it's sort of almost reminiscent of that as well, particularly as a war torn type of game there.
This is a fun game. This is a game called Fogs.
I really like this.
Physics Dogs.
Physics Dogs.
So this is a co-op game in which each player plays the head of a dog who are both attached by a single body.
2 dog heads, no dog butts.
Yeah, that's right. So a body with a dog head on either end, and you can stretch and you can grab onto things. And that's it. So the idea here is to get the acorn, which causes this snake to open his mouth, and you then jump into the snake's throat, and he takes you to the next world.
Right.
And then they're double-headed snakes too.
Yes.
Because you go in one mouth and you come out another.
Yeah. So all the animals in this world are all
double-headed,
2 heads, no butts.
So the idea is you work together. You have to work together by grabbing onto anything. There's one where had to climb up across a chasm, and there are rings to grab onto. So one grabs onto a pole while the other stretches out and grabs the ring. Then you let go of the pole, you swing over and grab the other pole, and you swing over and grab the other pole.
My favorite part was the one where you and I were playing. I don't think we have video of it because I think it was after we put the camera away.
With the wind?
With the wind, where you had to climb up and grab a post, and somebody holding the next guy had to grab the next one and pull up.
But there's wind blowing.
And there's wind blowing every once in a while, so you had to only move when the wind wasn't there.
Yeah.
And I let go a little too early, right when we were like right on the edge, and the wind caught us and blew us all the way back.
All the way back.
But really, really fun game.
It is a great multiplayer game. There's the ring that I was talking about.
This is a 2019.
Yeah, again, it's a long way from release.
Yeah.
So.
And I can't remember what PC.
I don't remember. It's a good. Yeah, I don't remember what they said this was coming to.
Most likely PC and Switch and not consoles.
And PS4.
Yeah,
not Xbox.
Never Xbox, because God forbid I get to play something.
Okay, we have 2 more things we're going to talk about tonight. This one was a surprise because it's been on Xbox for 2 years.
Yeah, so this one here we played, and I'm like, man, this is great. When's it coming out? He's like, it's out now. I'm like, oh, it is. He's like, yeah, it's out on the Switch now.
It's coming soon to the Switch.
No, he said it's out now.
Is it out now?
He said out now.
Now. That's what we like for any game announcement.
Yeah, like
available now.
Available now, and he said, "Oh, what about for the Xbox?" He's like, "It
was out 2 years ago."
Yeah, 3 years ago, 2015. When I looked up, it was a 2015 title.
Gosh. There you go.
So
it's just now coming to the Switch. So this is basically think of like a Rocket League. You're on it's soccer. You grab the ball.
2v2.
2v2. You grab the puck. And you have to get it to the goal. So it's soccer, hockey, and you can bash. If you press the button, you can bash against someone, maybe push them off the edge if there's an edge.
Spikes,
push them into a spike, or you just bash them and you push the puck away from them. So now the puck.
So you have to either carry it into the goal or shoot it into
the goal. That's right.
And there's a number of different this is the Padlock, I believe. This one's called Padlock.
Yeah.
But there's it looked like tons of.
There's a lot of different arenas.
Some of them that we did one that was shaped like an S that we kept knocking each other into a little chasm.
Yes, right. This was really fun. So
Yeah.
this is a great Switch game because you take the two Joy-Cons off, you turn them sideways, and you just play 2v2, I guess, there. Or you can get up to 4 Joy-Cons and play 2v2. It was once I understood what was going on, once I realized what the puck, where the puck was, and
how to
and
carry
how to control it. So all you have to do is you touch the puck, you now have it. If someone hits you, you let go of it, but you just have to touch it to grab it, and then you have to get it to the opposite goal.
Yeah.
And of course, those who are defending the goal have to crash into you to make you let go. But if you're holding the puck, you will shoot it when you press A. So fun game, and my team won both times.
I believe that is a lie.
That is not a lie, actually.
Oh, okay, wait, that's right. We weren't on the same team.
No, we weren't.
No, my team. Well, I only played once.
Right, you were filming. You were filming.
I filmed the first time, and I did not participate in this. But when we played the second time, my team got shut out entirely.
So cluster puck 99. Just be careful what you're saying when you say that.
Yes. And also be careful you don't accidentally buy cluster truck,
which is available as well.
which is also available. Don't get confused. That's a truck game.
That's right.
This is a puck game.
One more game we want to talk about, and this is a game I've been super excited for. Sony has been announcing it for a couple of years now, and it's coming out next month.
Yeah.
This is Detroit Become Human. We managed to get in to see this first thing in the morning.
Media hour.
And believe me, every video you have seen of this game was actual gameplay.
Yeah, this thing was absolutely fantastic. The whole concept, that uncanny valley thing. Like, it's got the realistic human faces, and the voice acting's brilliant. The music's brilliant. The story, like, I felt involved in this little investigation, this story the entire time you're talking. I want to answer these questions how I would feel like I should answer them.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
Not like, oh, how would this guy do it? I answered all the questions and everything like that, and did the things that I felt I would. You really identify with the characters because I've done such a good job with this.
So in this particular scene, you're investigating a crime scene. You are an android, and there is another android who has taken a child hostage and has killed the parents and a cop. And you are basically investigating. You have to gather as many clues as you can in this apartment in order to then confront this other android and resolve the situation. And every time you collect it, it tells you what your chance percent of success is, right? If you were to approach that android now. And so the more information you have, the more equipped you are to handle the situation. But not only that, but what's cool is at the end, when you were done, you can actually look at the decision tree.
Yeah.
And it was huge.
Yeah,
it's just this massive decision tree that branched and branched
and
branched and branched.
You see all the stuff that you didn't answer as well.
That's right.
And so you're like, I want to play that again and see what happens. Maybe if I, instead of convincing him to let her go, what happens if I bring a gun and I take a shot?
Yeah.
How will it go there? Like,
But you'd have to play the whole thing again to figure that out, right? What's neat about it is this is one scene. This is one case. Had 4 different endings.
Yeah.
One case has 4 different endings based on your decisions and what information you have when you're entering the final confrontation.
Yeah, I absolutely love this. I'm not a PlayStation guy usually, and this is day one purchase for me because
I have loved their games. This is, Detroit Become Human is from the same as Beyond Two Souls, which I played through twice. I love their games, and believe me, I know some people have I'll believe it when I see it, but everything you have seen until now was that game. Yeah. Like that is the game. You've seen it. It was not pre-rendered video. That is in-game footage that you've been seeing all along.
And it looks great, plays great. As an Xbox guy, I would say this one here, get for sure. Get a PlayStation and play this.
Yeah, it's amazing. So that was our day one.
Day one. It's a lot of stuff for one day.
That's one day. Tomorrow we've got lots of stuff as well.
This explains why we're exhausted.
And it's late, so I want to go to bed.
Yes.
So we'll be back tomorrow with day 2, and that is it for now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you for day 2. This has been day one of PAX East.